To answer the question for me, what does it mean to decolonize the mind? The first step is that how does one develop counter hegemonic thinking? How do you develop in a person, in a human being, in a child, thinking that is rooted in deconstructing the power of the all powerful institutions of the world? For me, I can trace why I think like this to the kind of folks I had in my family. I came from a Haitian family of uh, men and women on my father's side who had radical politics. My father had two brothers who studied in the Soviet Union, who were hardcore Haitian Marxists and communists in the 60s under Papa Doc, one of the most anti-communist presidents in Haitian history. In Haitian history, my father's family really had radical oppositional politics towards injustice. They were not poor; they were upper middle class, fairly dark complexion Haitians, but they had very radical politics for Haitian elites, not necessarily bourgeois elites, but petite bourgeois type elites. My mother's family came from very petite bourgeois, religious aristocracy. My great grandfather was an Episcopal bishop in Haiti. But having a paternal family where every Saturday when my father had his friends come over for dominoes and vodka or rum and talking about politics and imperialism and the Yankees and what they're doing all over the world and so on and so forth, that type of counter hegemonic thinking penetrated into my psyche as a young child.
Mm.
And I enjoyed hearing those conversations and seeing that kind of discourse and participating at the degree that I could as a young boy. And I could say that if I didn't have those foundations, I might not have the counter hegemonic thinking that I have now. But I would say that one of the ways that we should instill this in our children, in our kids, in our youth, is that we need to have social meetings, not based on politics, but on joy, just like my uncles did, who
Mm.
were playing cards, spades, dominoes, horseshoes, or whatever, listening to music, sitting around, playing board games, having conversations about politics with the children around,
Mm.
talking about empire, talking about decolonialism. We can do this and not have it be a chore.
Mhm.
Having barbecues, cookouts, where we sit together and we have these conversations, telling stories about the old days and what it was like in the old times. Fellowship. And that doesn't have to be limited to people in the church. People
Mm.
without politics don't fellowship anymore.
Mm. Mm.
Everyone was talking about we got to organize, we got to mobilize. They make it seem like such work. Why does it have to be unpleasant? When's the last time you heard people with our kind of politics say, let's have a barbecue, let's go roller skating?
I love it.
I love it too. That's my page. I think that it is possible to talk about these really hard concepts and have fun. And
Like,
in fact,
can
for
we have like
me,
a
it's
progressive,
not it's not possible to have one without the other.
yeah, let's
Because if
just have like,
I'm just all the time on you know, uh, the serious track of revolution, I just want to hurt myself, or other people. I need to balance that with joy.
yeah,
I
why can't we
really
just
do.
have like a cookout, a barbecue, a card game, some
Mhm.
Hmm.
dominoes, whatever indigenous interesting games. Show me what your people play when they were together, sitting down. What do they do?
So in the Bay Area, a couple of years ago, they started the Black Joy Parade, and I feel
Hmm.
like it is one of the most radical things that we're able to see develop because it offers a different perspective, a different side to the story, and an opportunity for us to really be in community and celebrate.